vlog number 2. It's your boy Chris, and welcome to my page. That's kind of silly, wasn't it? I'm trying to be all cool. What's up? My name is Chris, and welcome to my YouTube page. This is vlog number 2, episode 2, whichever you want to call it. So today I'm just going to be going through some stuff here at house, doing some edits with some of the work. I'll take you through some of the workflows I'm going to do, and I'm just going to kind of play around real quick with my car. I was driving up the road just a few minutes ago, and I was going through this little path where I normally do some pictures it's probably one of the first places I started doing some work or doing pictures while I was with my family and my kids. And I just drove through, and I was inspired all of a sudden to do some pictures. So I'm going to take you back through there, and yeah, so let's kind of go from there, and we'll see what happens. So just hang tight, we'll go. This is the car I'm going to be shooting. This is just a basic Camry. It's the Midnight Edition. Nothing too fancy here. You see we got this kind of blacked out, murdered out as you want to call it. Black rims, black windows, all the trim's blacked out. I thought it'd be really pretty with where the leaves are at, and this little place is going to be really cool, how the sun's going to be hitting. And yeah, so I'm just going to do a really quick photo shoot with it, and I'm going to walk you through the process of how that I would edit the pictures and kind of how the colors I want to just adjusting the colors and just from the composition wise and what I'm looking at. So here we go.
It's calling me, like the rainbow. It's calling me, like the rainbow. The rainbow.
This is where I'm going to do the pictures. Beautiful place. You can see how the lights come into the trees and how it's really fall looking, and that's one of my favorite things I was looking for. I got my wife's camera here, and I'm going to do just a quick photo shoot. So once we're done, I'll walk you through my steps, and we'll see how creative we get with what we got. We got it done. Let's head back to the house and let's go do some editing. See ya. Okay, so what I've done is I've pulled up one of my images into Lightroom here. Typically I don't use Lightroom a lot. I use most of my editing in my portrait stuff in Capture One, but today I want to fool around with Lightroom here and see what we can come up with. So this is just going to be a really quick edit, just to kind of show you what you can do. Just something. This is natural light. You see I've underexposed this picture, and I did it for a reason. So I was trying to keep my sky in a little bit, but I've overexposed it just a tad bit. I could have underexposed it a little bit more, but it is what it is, and so let's kind of go with this. All right, so I want this to be more of like a fall kind of a feel. So what I would do is first I'm going to come up here and do my just my white balance, and I'm going to do some adjusting real quick. I'm just going to kind of bring this more into the warm effect. So I'm going to take my slider and I'm going to pull it over here towards on the warm. To me, fall colors are blacks, orange, reds, deep reds, and so for me this is what I'm going to do here. So I've pulled over a little bit, and I'm going to kind of mess with my tint just a little bit here. I'm going to pull it a little bit into the red part of it here, and I'm going to pull the temperature just a little bit more, make it a little more. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up to the profile browser, and I'm going to come down and select where it says landscape. I'm just going to pick this landscape. So now we're getting a little bit more towards the fall kind of feel what I was looking for. So let's see, you come down here, and I'm going to go to the exposure tab, and I'm just going to drag it up just a little bit now to where that is a little bit brighter, and I'm going to drop my highlights down to where I'm just going to bring in the sky just a little bit, even though that I've blown my sky out just a little bit. I'm going to adjust my contrast, and I'm going to pull up my shadows a little bit here. So now I've made this a little bit brighter, and I'm going to drop my blacks just a little bit on the side. If you notice that where my black is, while I'm doing my adjusting, it's more or less towards the lower right part of the car. I'm just going to slide some of my texture a little bit, make it a little bit more, or my clarity, raise my clarity, just to kind of give me a little more pop to it. Then I'm going to take some of the vibrance and raise the vibrance up a little bit. And the saturation, I'm just going to bring the saturation up just a touch. Now, we're getting close to what we're looking for here. Let's see, and then I'm going to come down to the curves adjustment. So the curves, I'm going to put just a little bit more red on what I'm looking for. So I'm going to take this red, and I am going to push up just a little bit. It's a little too much. I'm going to pull back just a little bit here. Let's see, pull back a little bit. There's just a touch of red is right there in what I'm going to do. And what I'm doing is I'm putting just a little bit of red into the shadows of the image here. One of the greens, and now I'm going to bump the greens up just a touch. Not so much. Well, right there. And then once I kind of get to there, I'm just going to run down to where my luminance is, my luminance panel, my color and luminance. So I'm just going to come over here to the luminance panel. I'm going to find my red and pull the red up just a touch. I'm going to pull my green up a little bit here, and probably just going to dump a little bit of blue into the picture as well. All right, so we're getting a pretty good base for what I wanted here. Sharpening, I'm going to hold down my Alt key, click on the masking, and I'm going to just drag it to the right. So once I kind of go into this and sharpen the image a little bit, then I'm going to come into the details, same thing, hold Alt, and I'm going to slide it to the right until I just start to see some of the image come into the details of it. Then I'm just going to sharpen it a little bit, the same thing, hold my Alt key. And luminance, it's on about 1000 ISO, so I want to put a little bit, do some adjusting with the noise part of it. So there, that's starting to look better than what it was. And that's going to put this button here. It says remove chromatic abrasions. And okay, so that's pretty close to where what I'm looking for. Then I'm going to come back over here to the just the adjustments again. And I'm going to come to the shadows part. I'm going to make this an S. So I'm going to make an S curve in my curves layer. So I'm going to come to the shadows. I'm going to pull up on the shadows just a touch. And I'm going to come into my lights and pull my lights down. And I'm going to come up in here to the highlights. I'm going to push up just to, let's see. Pull down. Let's see. Yeah, right there. I like it right there. And let's go over here to, I have some presets that I've made, and I'm going to come over here and just kind of look around and see if I can add just a little bit more pop to it. Autumn orange. I kind of like that. So I'm going to hit autumn orange. Now in my curves layer, you see it's kind of giving me this kind of a black. I don't necessarily care too much for that, so I'm going to pull my blacks down just a little bit. Let's see what it do. Shadows here. I'll pull down. Let's see. Let's go all the way over here. Let's bring this bad boy right there. And it's going to pull down a little bit. Okay. So that's pretty close, getting there to what I was looking for, what I was thinking. And then let's see, I might go in my shadows and pull up a little my shadows here. And what I'm probably going to do is I'm just going to grab an adjustment brush, and I'm going to go to where it says shadows from here. So shadows, I'm just going to find, if I can find it, shadows. I'm going to take this adjustment brush, and I'm just going to paint a little bit of here and where this grill is at, just to give me a little bit of detail. Bring some detail back, you know, just a little bit of detail, pretty little details. I'm gonna bring the details back. Yeah, so now we see us start bringing details back into the grill. Perfect. Make my brush just a little bit smaller, and I'm gonna drag it right up here. So just right through there, make that a little bit more detailed. Perfect. Now, I'm just going to adjust this. I'm probably back it down just a little bit. So I just want this a little bit. I don't want it completely too much black. Pull back up a little bit. Starting again here. All right. I'm going to hit done. Then I'm going to come back up to adjustment brush again. I'm going to click to where it says exposure. I'm going to make my brush just a little bit bigger. And I'm going to paint just a little bit of exposure onto my car. Just like this. I want it to be just to pop just a little bit more. Here, there we go, like that. Now, all this is doing in Lightroom, so I've not even went over to Photoshop yet, and my goal is not to do in Photoshop today. I'm just gonna make this kind of quick. Into here. Perfecto. This is really quick. Again, right there. I'll adjust my brush again. I'm gonna come down here and just paint in some of the white on the car, some exposure, just to get it to pop a little more. Adjusting my brush one more time, and I want to come right here, just like that. Now, I am going to just adjust the exposure just a touch. Let's see what we got. I'll take that. I'm going to do a little bit on the headlights too, just to kind of make the headlights pop a little bit more. One more over here, just adjust a little bit. Cool. Now I'm going to hit done on that, and then one more thing we're going to do is I'm going to come in and grab this grade filter, and I'm going just to kind of pull from here to right there. Oh, perfect. So now I'm just going to do some adjusting. Let's see, make that just a little bit pop right there. Saturation just a little bit. I want to drop my highlights right there just a touch. Perfect. Now that's pretty close. You know, that's a pretty good little quick edit there. And yeah, so we'll take that for now, and I'm going to do one more adjustment. I'm going to come back to my adjustment layer. I'm going to click where it says highlights, and I'm going to just make an adjustment, and I'm going to just kind of paint into my highlights right here, just so I can drop it just a touch more. And I'm going to drop my highlights a little bit, so I can try to bring some sky back in. That'll work. Into here. Perfecto. Cool. Alrighty, so I'm gonna drop it just a touch. Bring the warmth down just a little bit. All right, so that works for me. So yeah, that's just a quick little edit that I did just to see what I could do with the quick little shoot that I did with the car and kind of what I was looking for. So I'm just kind of playing out with some different stuff. Oh, I kind of like that right there. Where'd it go? Okay. I'll add that HDR effect to it as well. And there. And I might warm it just a little bit more. All right, that looks good to me. Hey y'all, hope y'all enjoyed today's vlog number 2. I got more things coming, so make sure you like and follow. Leave some comments below, and thank you so much for watching. Peace.
I know that acting stupid, but being dumb, maybe just a little bit foolish. I feel so young. Drunk, I've never seen you clearer than now. We're flying high, floating somewhere up in the clouds. We're going out of ourselves, can you feel it? Almost like I don't know if it's real, cause when we're doing our thing, we're like wheels that won't stop turning. So take me on a trip, now, trip. Oh, I flick that